Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha. The scientist is trying to create something, but he does not know the Supreme Creator. Do you follow? Now the scientists are trying to create living being in the laboratory. But he does not inquire who has already created so many millions of living entities. He is trying to create a living entity in the laboratory. Suppose he creates one living entity, what credit is there for him? But he is spending lakhs and crores of rupees.
What should the scientist's role? What should the scientist's role?
Scientist's role, not only scientist, philosopher, politician, everyone should endeavor that where from we got these propensities, where is the origin? That is described in the Vedanta Sutra. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. I am a scientist, I am thinking of myself, very great man. But I do not think that who is that great scientist under whose order the sun, moon, the sea, ocean, everything is working very properly. I am thinking of that water is created by hydrogen, oxygen, but I do not inquire where from such huge quantity of hydrogen, oxygen came, so that there is big oceans and seas, what? That I don't inquire. I am so fully scientific. I am theorizing. That life has come from matter, chemical combination. But as soon as I ask that I give you the chemical, you create, he says that I cannot. This is the way. But our business is, we Krishna conscious, that we see that you scientists, you are trying to create a living being. But I glorify the Supreme who has already created millions and millions of people. I give you credit that I cannot give you credit unless you create. But still as you are thinking that you will be able in future, that's good. But what credit you will have? If I have got millions of rupees and if you create 10 rupees, then what is your credit? Even if you create, you cannot be. You will never be able to create life. That's a fact that we know. But even if you are able to create, then what credit do we get? Already there are millions and trillions of them. Why you are so proud that we are going to create in the laboratory life? Why this false prestige?
What is the idea behind the movement?
Behind the movement, that this is the idea that you try to understand the Supreme Being behind all everything. That is perfection. Idam nipumsas tapasas sutasava shistasya suktasya chabuddha dattayo avichito artha kavidhi nirupita jag uttama sloka gunanugatava. Idam nipumsas tapasas sutasava. Everyone, big philosophers, scientists, they are engaged in tapasya and education. But they do not know what is the ultimate goal of this tapasya. The scientist is working very hard and he has discovered a nuclear bomb to kill.
What is the ultimate goal of tapasya?
Tapasya means that by his knowledge, suppose you are scientist, you prove by scientific way that here is the supreme scientist who has given us all this.
Is it possible to see the supreme?
Yes.
With our own eyes?
Oh yes.
Is it possible?
Oh yes. Even if it is not possible, but you have to accept there is a supreme scientist. If you cannot see him, that is your disqualification. That is your disqualification. But you have to admit that there is a supreme scientist. If you say that hydrogen and oxygen mixed together makes water, that's all right. But who has created this big sea and ocean? Where from the hydrogen and oxygen can who supplies? That is intelligence. Simply theoretical, I know, but I cannot say who has created this big vast mass of water by mixing hydrogen and oxygen. Where from such huge quantity of hydrogen and oxygen came? Our point of view that you scientists will say that hydrogen and oxygen creates water, and here we see that somebody has created, but not somebody we know is that body. How great he is. And that is all. If you want little credit by experimenting hydrogen and oxygen mixed together, then how much credit should be given who has created the vast Atlantic Ocean? Not only one, millions. Why don't you give credit?
You should give.
Yes. That is all.
But are you not giving credit?
No, nobody is giving. They are denying. Especially the so-called scientists, they deny the existence of God.
God is dead.
God is dead, there is no God. By science we shall do everything and this and all nonsense. And our proposition is that glorify the Supreme Sovereign.
And the supreme scientist is God.
Yes.
Supreme scientist
Is God, yes.
God, or you can give another name or other name. Anyway.
No, God or the Supreme Being. God means the Supreme Being in the dictionary. He's not like you, not like me.
God or Lord, you can.
Anywhere, he is supreme. We are not supreme.